Alright, ladies and gentlemen, probably should not make this video because I've been very obsessed with watches lately, and I'm concerned that making a video about watch obsession will exacerbate the watch obsession. So that's a concern that I have. I have two objectives today. One, I want to present an argument with rebuttals of watch minimalism, and then I want to make the proposition that you will probably never buy your dream watch and why you won't buy it. And there's a connection between these two propositions, as you'll see. So what is a watch minimalist? Well, for the sake of this conversation, let's say being a watch minimalist is owning 3 watches. I have a Seiko SLA051 right here. 3 watches. What's the point of being a watch minimalist? Well, number one, if you're a watch minimalist, it's a sign to you, yourself, and the world at large that you know what you want. What does that mean? I know what I want. Well, people are in great admiration of people who know what they want. It's a sign of mental clarity, research, due diligence, maturity, independence. There's something masculine and manly about a man who says, I know what I want. Whereas there's a tendency to disdain people who are confused, who are lost in the weeds, in the watch weeds, if you will. There is something that we tend to have a reflexive admiration for people who know what they want. And because I know what I want, I can focus on getting these 3 watches, and that settles that. Well, I want to offer a rebuttal to that. You know, part of the watch journey, the watch hobby, is being open-minded, and part of any journey, the fun of a journey, is it's kind of an open-ended journey. You know, when I write songs on the piano, if I see the structure as I'm writing it, I get bored with it. But when something happens in the piano song that's a surprise, it blows my mind. I feel that watch collecting is kind of like that. You stumble into some sort of surprise. What's wrong with having surprise in your watch collecting? If maybe saying I know what I want, maybe it's a euphemism for I have a closed mind. Maybe it's pompous to go around saying I know what I want. So there's a rebuttal for argument number 1. Argument number 2. Should I be a watch materialist, a guy who's feeding my spiritual emptiness with watches? Am I just a needy man-child? Well, you know what? Maybe we're all men-children to a certain degree. Maybe it's just inevitable that you know, if you're a man-child, accept it. Number 1. Number 2, are you really gonna be different if you have 3 watches in your collection or 12? Does that really determine your spiritual maturity, your spiritual fulfillment? Really? 3 or maybe you're looking in the wrong place for spiritual fulfillment. Maybe you're not going to find it in being a watch minimalist or in your watch hobby. Maybe you should work in a soup kitchen or do some domestic chores around your house to help your family, or read the ancient works of wisdom to find your wisdom in life. You're not going to find wisdom or spiritual fulfillment in watch collecting, whether you have a collection of 15 watches or 3. That doesn't signify to me or anyone else how spiritually mature you are. So I'm going to rebut the second reason. The third reason. Ooh, this one's tough. Well, you would say, well, look, man, I want to be a watch minimalist because I don't want to be a hoarder. I don't want to hoard stuff. Well, I did some research. The American Psychiatry Journal. You're not a hoarder. A hoarder is someone who has an unplanned accumulation of things. You are not a hoarder. You are a watch collector. And there's 2 things I read about collectors of any kind. Super organized, super precise in your collecting. And I know that's how you guys are. I've had talks with you. And then, once you get your collection, there is this need to display it, to curate it, to show it off. You want to show it. There is an element of show. You want to share it. Well, welcome to social media. So I would rebut that as well. Now, numbers 4 and 5, I don't think I have a rebuttal for these, but I got to bring these up. Another argument for being a watch minimalist is that you will reduce your watch rotation anxiety. So when you wake up and you only have 3 watches in your collection, it's a piece of cake to select a watch if you have 3. But if you have 15, that can create a lot of anxiety in your life. You can avoid. Is there a cure for that? Maybe not. You know, I don't know if I'll ever be a watch minimalist. I'm kind of like the Green Giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. I smell watches when I walk. Fee, fi, fum, fo. I smell the steel of a Grand Seiko. So I'm probably always going to have at least 7 watches in my collection. So I think I'm going to have to accept wrist rotation anxiety. I have it right now. I'm loving the watch I wear right now, but you know, I kind of want to wear another watch too. I don't know. Wrist rotation anxiety. Okay, now we get to the last reason to be a watch minimalist, and this will pivot us to another proposition. If you're a watch obsessive, what you really want more than anything, even more than collecting watches, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, in the comment section, tell me I'm wrong here, but I believe, based on my conversations with you guys and by thinking about my own watch collecting, which has been going on for about 18 years, that what we want more than anything, even more than watch collecting, we want to have that connection with one watch, the true bliss watch, the one dream watch. And in a way, that kind of even shatters the watch minimalist proposition, because that's 3 watches. What I'm talking about is having one watch, one dream watch. And I don't think you'll ever get your dream watch. What's my dream watch? Well, if I had to say right now, I would say it's probably an Omega Planet Ocean 43.5 black dial with a bracelet. And, you know, part of me would like to just wear that watch all the time, though I'm enjoying this right now. I don't think you'll do that. I don't think I'll do that. That would entail selling all your watches, buying your dream watch. And I don't think you and I will do that, because if we connect with our dream watch and find happiness, that's the end of the story. That's the end of the book. It's the end of the chapter. The watch journey is over. We are no longer part of the conversation. We no longer have anything to really say on social media. What are you going to do? If you sell all your watches and you get your whatever your version of the Omega Planet Ocean is, you know, what are you going to do? Make a few videos about it. Oh, I found bliss. I'm rhapsodizing. You're going to sing songs on your videos, and then you're pretty much done. You can only talk about how happy you are for so long before you become boring. And once we become boring and we're no longer part of the conversation, we are irrelevant. We no longer have anything to contribute to the watch community. We no longer have content for social media platforms. It's the death of our social media presence. I suspect that we would rather slog through the fever swamp of watch addiction and watch confusion and the open-mindedness of the watch journey rather than find true happiness. I think true happiness with one watch is too scary, too frightening, and has too many implications for the cessation of our presence on social media. Let me know. Hey, am I off base here? Having heard this, do you want to get rid of everything and just get your one dream watch, or do you still want to plod along? I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my watches, but you know, I'm still always on the hunt. I'm still that Green Giant, or the giant from Jack and the Beans. I'm always smelling out off. I smell a watch. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me how you stand on these 2 propositions. All right? Until next time, I'm out.